volume of a cylinder is similar to the volume of a prism. We just take one end, and as long as it is a cylinder, which is even from both ends being the same in terms of their size, then we can use this formula. The volume equals pi times the radius squared, which is how we get the area of this circly bit. And we don't have to double it like we did with circumference, and we multiply that by the height, which is the length of the cylinder. So it's kind of cleaner to write it like that, because remember, multiplying, we just in algebraic terms, we stick them together. So r is the radius of the circular end. We need a radius, not a diameter. And the height, as I said, is the distance between the two flat circular areas. And again, we're looking for volume, and we might even be asked for capacity. So volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height. And we're given, well, we know what pi is. And the radius is 1, so 1 times 1 is 1, so I don't need to write anything there, times 6. So I need to always check and see what I need to do at the end as far as rounding, and rounding happens at the end. So the volume equals, my calculator tells me it's 18.84. There's my 2 decimal places, and I'll write in the critical digit. And I'll just remind you, I know you know this, there's all this extra guff. If I'm rounding to 2 decimal places, that's the guy I need. I don't need any of this garbage. So that's 18.85, because the 9 makes us round up. And we're going to put it in meters now, cubic meters. That's the volume rounded to 2 places. Now, find the capacity in liters of this cylinder. We'll have to do some conversion there. So first we're going to find the volume. The volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height. We're actually going to have to do some work sometimes. So it's pi times 40 squared times 100. Oh, this is fun. So 40 squared is, I think it's 800, isn't it? Oh, 1600, yay! 1600 times pi times 100. And so what we can do is we can go ahead and multiply 1600 by 100, which is pretty easy. I don't need my calculator for that. 160,000, careful with that. 100, better leave a space, times pi. And then I use my calculator to multiply by pi, and that gives me the outrageous sum of 502,654.82, what is that? A 4, okay? And that's in cubic centimeters. Right, we want the volume in liters. So 1,000 cubic centimeters gives us 1 liter. That's interesting. We could convert this either to cubic meters, that gives us 1,000 liters, or we can go for every 1,000 cubic centimeters, we've got 1 liter. So if that's true, I'm going to go for that, because I've got cubic centimeters there. So I'm going to divide by 1,000. Yeah. So if I divide my cubic centimeters by 1,000, that's going to give me liters. So I'm going to take the number that's in my calculator. I don't know why I'm punching this in, because I just have to move my decimal point. That means, therefore, in liters, the capacity is 502.65, and the next number is a 5. No, it's a 4. So I'm going to round that and just keep it there. I'm going to quote-unquote round it down. 502 liters, and that makes sense to me.